Technosoft Field Portal app keeps users in the field connected to their assigned jobs, even if they have no Wi-Fi or mobile cell connection. In this video, we will run through some key setup and configuration settings, and then demo the app as if we were technicians in the field completing a job. Employees must have the Field Portal user access enabled in the Service Manager Employee Setup screen for them to be allowed to log into the portal. The Field Portal users must also be set up as Sage 300 users with the Service Manager Security Group enabled, which contains the relevant security settings applicable to that individual user. Services must also have the Allow Online Use checkbox on, so those services appear in Field Portal app. If time entry dispatch management options have been enabled, then only appointments with the status of dispatch to assignee or assignee accepted will show in Field Portal app. Field Portal app can be installed on any Android or Apple mobile phone or tablet, or on Windows 10 tablets and PCs. System-wide configuration options are available from the Field Portal app server configuration utility. This utility works in conjunction with the security settings defined in Service Manager. Field Portal's user interface has been designed to be easy to operate and understand while providing integrated time entry and direct-to-job features to the user. For this scenario, we require the app to have the configuration settings set to the billing mode of job, where items and services are added directly to the job, and the limit billing setting set to equipment, which means that the items and services billing will be added at equipment level or phase level. So this overrides any equipment task billing. There are some configuration workflow examples in the installation guide, as well as a flow chart to help with these settings. The sync settings required for us are to sync time entries. You can specify the number of days to sync time entries for. If sync days of 5 is selected, then the session date and 4 days either side of the session date will be loaded into Field Portal app. Syncing can be triggered manually as required in the device or automatically through reaching timeout settings. Once the sync is due, it will take place when next logging in to the app. Other global customization options plus notation, signatures, and recorder favorites can be configured. Appointments are created and dispatched to the technician through Service Manager or Advanced Scheduling. The user sees Field Portal app on their device, and the login page is the default landing page after starting the application. The sync is performed once they log in, and the home page displays with the current day scheduled for the user. Tabs to the bottom of the home screen allow you to view the weekly schedule. See new appointments which have been dispatched to the user and are waiting on acknowledgement. This page won't show unless the dispatch management option is in use. The job list page shows all jobs downloaded to the device during sync by time entries and/or assigned jobs, depending on the sync settings applied through the configuration utility. Selecting More will raise the equipment search where the user can search equipment records which have been synced to the device. Click into our appointment and we are taken to the Job Details page, which is an integrated view displaying job header, site, and contact information. The appointment information is displayed at the top of the screen on all views, and you can drill in to view more or edit. Tapping into the job header will allow you to update the status or priority. Site warnings are displayed in red in the Site section, and tapping this or the latitude and longitude will load the site address into the phone's mapping application. Tapping the contacts in the site contact list shows the phone, mobile, and address for that contact and allows you to take further action to contact them. Selecting the custom fields for document fields or site fields will open the custom field screen. The job screen's action menu has options to add a notation, add a signature, and set the job position, which will reset the latitude and longitude for the site address. The next tab is the Content tab, which will show a simplified structure of the job with phases, equipment records, and tasks. If we notice on site that there's some equipment missing from this job, then we can select the Phase action menu to insert a new equipment record. We can do this by either scanning the equipment's barcode or selecting the equipment manually. So now we have our job with 2 pieces of equipment. Tapping on any of the nodes will populate the phase, equipment, or task billing views as needed and shift focus for the selected node. We're working with our original equipment, number 69, so tap on it to see the equipment view, where we can see the equipment details section, fault section, equipment related tasks, equipment level notations, and equipment custom fields. Again, you can click into any of these sections to open the edit screens as required. The action button on the equipment screen allows you to add a new fault registration, new notation, edit the master equipment record, add tasks, and to set the position of the equipment. You can complete the set tasks for the equipment. You can add a photo of the equipment, even a before and after photo, once you've finished working on it. To do this, we select the Action button and click Notation. Enter some text and select whether you want this notation text and photo to appear on the invoice postings. To take a photo or upload an existing, we select the Notation Action button. As required, you can add items and services to be billed for that equipment record by selecting the Equipment Billing button. To be sure that you're adding the items and services to the correct piece of equipment, you can toggle between the tabs to see the equipment record highlighted in the Content tab and the equipment description in the Equipment tab. The Equipment Billing view will add the items and services directly to the job, and if there are any existing items and services, they will be displayed here. Click the Action button and select Add Item, or if you've configured the barcode scanning for items, then you can select Scan to Add Item, which will allow you to scan the barcode. If we want to add a service to this equipment as well, then we can do that by clicking the Action button again. We can work on and add items and services to our second piece of equipment by going back to the Content tab and selecting the new record we inserted earlier. We know which equipment we are working with as the equipment pages change to our new equipment record and the Content page shows this record highlighted. Once the work has been finished and all the items and services have been added to the job, then we are ready to have the site contact sign off on our work and mark this job as ready to invoice. Currently, it's not possible for the Field Portal app to invoice from the field. Back in our job details page, we select Signature. We update the status of the job to Ready to Invoice. Add some comments. Find Mr. Kurth and have him sign off for the job. This icon up the top is for our stored actions. All changes to downloaded data is temporarily stored for upload or sync as stored actions. The stored action page shows a chronological list of changes. The description of the stored action contains the record description, such as time actual, time billing, notation, activity, and the status of the data, whether it's an update, insert, or a delete. If a stored action exists for a record and further modifications are made to that same record, then the existing stored action is updated. The user can click on the stored actions to drill into the record to view or modify the data. Deleted records will be read-only. It's important to ensure that an adequate internet connection is being received before we upload the changes. To upload these stored actions, click on the Sync button. We have an error with one of our stored actions, which lets us know that the document is in use. We can either try syncing in a few minutes or phone head office and ask them to get out of the job. If we now look at the job inside Document Entry, you can see here that we have our 2 equipment records, the tasks listed under equipment number 69, and the items and services entered the normal billing line from FC app. The new notation we entered with the photo has been entered under the task, and the signature we captured when our site contact signed off on the job has been entered as a job header notation. See, the status change has been applied to Ready to Invoice. You can post the invoice from here, or you can use the multi-post program to bring up all invoices with the status of Ready to Invoice and post them in batch. Then we can use the Print Postings button and either print these invoices to PDF or email to the customer contact, site, or email the entered by employee to forward as necessary. So if you would like to know more about Field Portal app or any of Technosoft's other products, then please get in touch with us.